104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It is Monday, September the 11th of 2023, 6:01 a.m. with the whole gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Hey.
And
All right.
wow.
I feel like we're in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, I know.
Today, could you say today I feel like the luckiest woman?
Today, I feel like the luckiest woman.
No, it doesn't sound like an echo. No, it sounds
It's
better.
muted now.
Yeah.
That's muted now. Sorry.
But you have an echo.
I had
effect on.
unmuted so I could talk to you guys because I'm still at home from the Zoom, and I forgot to mute it back. So, yay, Astros. Holy smokes, Astros yesterday. Wow, against the Padres. That was so much fun.
Hey!
Kyle Tucker, 2 triples in 1 inning. He hasn't had one all year.
And that's only happened.
Amazing.
That's only happened 16 times ever,
I know.
or 11 times.
Can I ask you guys about the Stros? I saw this listener line come across our screen.
Yo, this is delivery driver Alex, but I'm not calling about rapid fire quiz this time. I'm calling about our Stros. They are killing it. But I do have a question for y'all. A little controversy between Dusty Baker and Chaz McCormick. Chaz is not playing as much because Dusty's sitting him a lot of the time. And a lot of us fans think that Chaz should be the starting center fielder. But Dusty claims he's, quote, not big boy yet. I want to know what y'all thoughts are.
What do y'all think?
Oh, did he actually say that? Did Dusty say not big boy yet?
Well, there's an article that came out last week from this guy, and it said that he doesn't like him and that he's gotten fat. And
What?
What?
Because Chaz has gained weight. He's like 220, and he thinks he needs to be a little. That's what they said. Like he needs to be a little skinnier, like 205, 210, be a little faster out there. And Chaz like, I like this weight because I feel like I'm heavier. I can hit the ball.
More
Yeah.
power
Which he's
behind
doing.
his bat. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Dusty goes, if I had problems with him and I was worried about his weight, why would I always just bring him bread pudding? So
He said that?
Yeah. So he serves
Say that
him-
again?
He serves him bread. If I thought he was fat or out of shape, why would I? Every time when I see him, I give him bread pudding.
Some bread pudding?
My
Let him
God.
maybe hungry for bread pudding. Not last
pudding?
week. I haven't had that in a long time.
Bread pudding. That sounds good right now.
I think
I
Kevin
have-
Quinn made some. Maybe that's
They had a competition between bread puddings, I believe.
Oh, they did?
I saw them both demonstrating.
Oh, they each made it.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Is what the
Well-
Instagram told me.
The Instagram told me.
The Instagram. To answer your question, Alex Hype Man, I don't know why Chaz doesn't get played all the time. I don't know why Yanier Diaz doesn't get played more. I just don't know. But Yanier kills it when he's on there. Chaz has had some great games. The Astros are amazing right now, which I want them to keep it on for October.
Now,
Let's go Stros.
The next 2 teams they play are like they're trap games because they're cupcakes. Like you should win all of them, or at least win the series.
Trap games.
Trap games,
I would,
like
Eric, I would like Jeremy.
Explain cupcakes.
Trap house.
Like trap, like a trap, like
Meaning, like, they're
a
not-
booby
they're not
trap,
doing
like,
well,
Like if
so
you
we
get,
should-
if you
easy
get beat by
wins.
Oakland, you're like, oh my god, the sky is falling. I can't believe you did this.
Well,
If
look
you
what
beat
happened
them,
with this-
big deal. You beat Oakland.
Look what happened with
Because
with
they're the
Yankees.
Astros of like 2014 and 15, where we were losing 100 plus games.
and they're in last. And these 2 teams are. They're not good.
We got spanked by the Yankees, and they were horrible.
They're not horrible. They're
They
like
were.
close to the 5 games, 500. So whatever. That's nerd talk. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point, but the thing I want to say is, I need Jeremy Pena to find his home run. What the heck?
That's
I
okay.
need
He's
Jeremy
saving it. He's
Pena
like,
to
you know what?
find
I'm
his
gonna wait.
home run.
I'm gonna wait till October, guys.
I hope that's the case, Eric. I hope that's the case. But Stros were awesome yesterday. I did start watching the Texans at 12, and I saw that it was 3 to 22.
Well, the
think,
final
when it
score,
turned out.
Ravens beat us 29-5 or 25-9.
Baltimore's a good team,
25-9.
and you're playing in their house. So it's all right. It's a long season.
I still have faith for D'Amico Ryan's season as first season as head coach. So
I mean, if you thought they were
let's
all of a
see what
sudden be
happens.
Super Bowl bound, it's because D'Amico took over. Then you're just smoking crack.
I mean, anything can happen, but, it didn't happen for us yesterday. Let's see what happens next Sunday. But the Cowboys last night smoked the Giants on national television with a spanking,
That was
40-0. Holy smokes.
Oh, that is.
I love that.
Oh, my God.
I saw
40-0.
somebody on Twitter's like, you know what I hate most? people that are Astro fans and Cowboy fans. It's like, just because you don't have to be an Astro fan and a Texan fan. I don't know.
Meanwhile, while we're talking about this, here's what's happening in Kevin's head.
That's all right. He talks about drag race and stuff. He gets his time.
I don't talk about Drag Race, but
Yeah, we
sure.
did. Wait a minute.
When did we talk about Drag
All
Race?
summer long, we talked about drag race. And then Ahmad came in here. We had prizes. We did fun stuff. It was fun. Remember?
We had a prize
He
to give
forgot
away.
already.
No, we talked
He
about it.
forgot
Ahmad. I even
already.
left. I go, oh, this is how it is when we talk about sports.
Yeah.
For Kevin. And that's why poor Sam's, because her team didn't do well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the first game of the season.
Your team is the Steelers. Who'd they play?
They played the 49ers.
Which are, you know,
How
just-
bad was it?
It was... Yeah. Yeah. It was very frustrating to watch
Was it Old
as
Drop?
a Steelers fan.
Which
I
one?
hate football. That
Oh,
little kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did we lose that
It's on
one?
my,
was
it's on my
bad.
side in the yellow. It's a yellow tile on my computer.
Yeah, that's how I felt. It's very frustrating.
Well, it's only the first game of the season, Sam. Don't be sad.
I know,
You-
but
you
even the
never know.
announcers were like, yeah, preseason. They were talking about how good the Steelers are going to be, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like,
Yeah, you're like,
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
yep.
Eric, you can't find it. It's buried.
Ryan, you ever go spank a man's bottom with your tongue?
No, no.
That's all.
Why is that in there?
There's a. I think it was like when the first 3 pages. There's a little yellow tile that says "I hate football," and it's a little boy going, "I hate football." It's too soon to be that so
No.
frustrated. Okay, so today on the Roula and Ryan Show, we got chances for you to spend Halloween in San Antonio. We'll give you a chance to go to SeaWorld's Howl O Scream. Of course, today is also September 11th, where it was the worst day in our country's history next to Pearl Harbor.
God,
I mean, most
22
people-
years. 22 years since nearly
I can't believe it's
3,000
been that
Americans lost their life in the worst domestic terror attack in U.S. history on U.S. soil.
And I
Awful. question
myself every year, am I going to go down the rabbit hole on YouTube? I'm going to try not to.
I do.
But somehow, like,
I do.
the big years, like 20, 15, 5, 10 anniversaries, you, like, get sucked into the rabbit hole.
Why don't you go down the whole of the positive stuff? Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have stuff on the kids that were born then and what they're doing now. Like, joining
That's what I like to
become
look at.
firefighters. The positives. Look at that stuff. Don't look at the, you know, the carnage
Terrible
and everything, the
time.
awful stuff that happened that
Oh, we
day.
never want to forget.
Look at the day. But I mean, if you want to be positive about it,
Yeah.
Like when remember
There's a
all the
lady-
politicians came out and sang together. They were actually together for at least like a month.
Right.
Yep.
There's a lady that comes to the Nutcracker Market. Her husband died in the attacks. He was in the trade tower, one of the trade towers, and she has turned it. They have twin boys, and they're super tall, like 6'9", and I think like 6'11", super tall boys. And she created a sock company because the dad was really tall. The twins are really tall. They're adults now. And she created this sock company and she sells the socks at different trade shows. And she's come to the Nutcracker Market a few years in a row. I think she came to the spring market the year they did that. I got to look up the names of the socks. I can't remember. I'll look them up and tell y'all what this, because
cool.
it's pretty cool story. She's been on all the news, Good Morning America, CNN, all the things about how the sock company came about after her husband died, because the boys created the idea. All right, coming up next,
Oh, by the
Ashton
way,
Kutcher. Oh,
on,
go ahead.
text, I just pulled the text screen up. It wasn't. It was banana pudding. That's what it was.
Oh.
It wasn't.
Banana
It wasn't
not
bread
bread
pudding.
pudding.
Dusty's bringing banana pudding.
But now, which is better?
I'm not such a banana pudding. I
yeah,
don't
that
know
is
about
gross.
that.
I
I'll
do
take
like
bread
banana pudding.
It is
They
good.
put those little cookies in there, don't
Vanilla
they?
wafers.
Vanilla way, yeah. But the problem is when at the grocery store they put it in there and it gets
It gets
like
soggy.
soft.
Yeah, nobody wants a soggy Nilla.
Fresh.
Oh man, that banana pudding would be great. Somebody want to send that to us?
Actually,
Sam
that's
would
good
love
for
it.
breakfast. I'll look at right now.
I'm just going to
Banana
leave the
pudding.
studio and start vomiting
But
in it.
hey, Sam, could you just eat the pudding and not the slices
No.
of banana?
It's because it's still
No.
it's
Still got the
banana
banana
pudding.
flavoring.
Yeah.
It's so delicious. I would love to have that right
I want to
now.
go work for the Astros. Just get banana pudding. They got a
banana
machine.
bread.
Pudding.
Do they have a machine like
Yum.
self serve? Like
I know.
like a
I
yogurt
go to a
machine?
dispenser.
Stop
A
talking.
dispenser of banana pudding. I
What's
just
the
put my mouth
weather like
underneath it.
today?
do cake stands with that.
Sickos.
That felt so good this
Scoop is
morning.
coming up next, and here's your weather.
You know what? We might actually finally avoid triple-digit heat today. It should only be about a high of 97, 98. Right now,
Oh.
74 degrees and 610 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Keep your radio right here.
Time for your daily scoop. Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. All right, on Friday we were talking about Danny Masterson, the actor from that 70s show, getting sentenced to 30 years to life in prison because of the 2 rape convictions he got. And it was a stunner and a shocker for his whole family and his friends. And then Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who were his co-stars on that series, got skewered on social media. They had to make a statement as to why. Now, why are they getting skewered? Because the news came out that they wrote letters to the judge on behalf of Danny Masterson. And the impression of that is you're writing a letter to the judge to try and help this person that you know, who is your friend, maybe not go to jail, or our impression is maybe they're like, oh, please don't convict him. He's not guilty. That's the impression. But they wanted to clarify that's not exactly what it was about, I guess. Here's what their statement was as they wrote on Twitter and the rest of social media.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
And please don't cancel us.
Bad actors there.
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
reading the
they act for a living. You can hear every word on the paper.
They, oof.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know that the judge was going to release it. We didn't know this was public.
Yeah, it was just another
That's basically
case
all they're
of
saying is,
celebrities vouching for another celebrity.
And they know the stuff he did, because I don't think Ashton, back in the day, I was watching those videos this weekend of him.
Said some inappropriate
my daughter's
things.
15 now, and a man was 19 and she was 14, and they went on Rosie O'Donnell and talked about how, oh yeah, but he jamming his tongue down my throat, and they're kissing, and the stuff they were saying. You have to
Did
watch
they make
this
some
clip.
comment about
Have you seen
the
this,
Olsen
Sam?
twins
I
too?
have
They're
not.
like, oh, we're all waiting for them to become
Well, that was
legal.
during Punked, like those little vignettes they do. That one I think is just trying to be funny, because back then there was a clock with a countdown of them being 18. It was really gross.
That's very
for the Olsen
disturbing.
twins. Yes, I
Yeah.
totally remember
Oh
this.
my
It was disgusting,
gosh.
Sam.
Yeah.
There were grown
Come on,
men
Hillary Duff.
everywhere. It wasn't just like 1 or 2 guys. It
Shock
was like
jocks
a
were doing
thing. It was a thing in our culture that men had countdown clocks to the Olsen twins turning 18. Disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Disgusting. Ashton Kutcher also was, the subject of on the verge of cancellation, I guess. People want to cancel him for even that and other things. One person who took issue with that video where they were talking about the letter to the judge was Chrissy Bixler. She was one of Danny's accusers. She posted messages to Ashton and Mila, and she said, I know the secrets your, quote, role model keeps for you. Ones that would end you. Did you forget I was there? You were on speakerphone that night you called Danny on February 21st, 2001. I heard everything. I heard the plan. In my opinion, you're just as sick as your, quote, mentor. She didn't say what the plan was, but she told Mila, quote, I pray you begin to process what you experienced as a child on that set. Your old interviews are very telling. I felt very sad for you, and I hope you consider getting into therapy. You almost forget I was there the whole time. Those first 5 years of that 70s show, I remember everything. She's alluding to the fact of the 14-year-old thing that Eric just talked about while Asha was 19 and Danny was a year older than him. I can't believe she was that young.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't know
shocked she was that
14.
young. I had no idea.
Yeah, because didn't
I don't
she
know why-
lie about her age or something during the
Audition?
I thought I heard about
I mean,
that.
she's been doing my Family Guy for, 24 years? Or
Yeah.
was she the original Meg?
No. They had a
She took
different
over,
Meg in
right?
the first season.
That was like 98 and
Yeah.
99 or something. Right? So
Yep,
she took over,
98.
like,
And then she
And
took
in-
over after.
And then the punk thing, Eric, it was a Hillary Duff. They were doing a countdown clock on turning 18.
yeah, because then he says both. I think there's audio out
and
there.
then with Olsen twins also. Anyway,
That could have been a writer. They have writers for that stuff that write those. I mean, he said it, obviously. You got to be responsible because you said it. But, I mean, it's the other one when they were on Rosie O'Donnell. Just look it up. You'll see it. You're like, ooh.
Didn't age well, huh?
Shouldn't have ever aged then.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but
awkward.
14 and a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Gross.
In other news, Joe Jonas is on tour with the Jonas Brothers. They did Saturday Night Live. Oh, no, Saturday Night Live was a repeat, but it was, again, repeated Saturday Night Live. It was a good performance. And Joe wanted to just make a statement about the stories that have come out of his divorce from Sophie Turner. Here is what Joe said.
Look, if you don't hear it from these lips, don't believe it, okay? Thank you, everyone, for the love and support. To me and my family, I love you guys.
If you don't hear it from these lips, don't believe it.
Oh. So my ex is a liar.
I don't know what's happening. But
Is that what it's supposed to mean?
I don't know.
There was a lot of activity, guys, over the weekend. It was a very busy weekend of celebrities trying to cover their butts or putting out statements. Because I remember yesterday when I don't know if it was between the Astros game or what, when I was scanning Instagram, Drew Barrymore's post came up about how this is her choice and she owns it. She's in compliance with the writer's strike and she's not discussing or promoting it. What she's decided to do, she made a statement to say she's going back to do her show without writers. Even though the writers, they're striking. She said, I decided not to host the MTV Movie Awards in the end because I'm supporting the strike. But for my show, I'm going to do it without the writers, which then supports the strike, but then some people will see that as not supporting the strike. She basically just wants to say, I own this choice, and I hope for a resolve for everyone as soon as possible. We have navigated difficult times since we first came on air, and I take a step forward to start season 4 once again with an astute humility.
I think this is her chance to jump. Like, everyone's trying to be the next Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
And who is this? I'm so sorry.
It's Drew Barrymore.
Thank you.
And I think she's trying, because she can't have actors on to talk about the film, but she can do social issues and do things like Oprah did.
Talk to people.
She's got no writers.
Yeah, but I mean,
well, she can just talk like we do.
You can still have producers.
Yeah.
You just can't have them write certain things, I guess. But,
Cue cards and tell you what to say. It's like us. We could you just start talking on your mic.
I mean, is that her forte?
I'm sure she can do it.
She seems like she could.
And especially if she's passionate about certain subjects, and if she doesn't, that's even better. Why do you want to interview people and find out from them?
Who was she talking to? Eric, did you see that clip over the weekend? Yeah, I can't remember who she's talking to. She's talking to somebody. I don't recognize the lady, and the lady has written a book about something, about her, really revealing people that hurt you or whatever. And Drew says, I really want to tell my truth to free myself of it, but if I feel like I can't because those people are alive. They're going to hear what I say. And I don't know if I'm ready to expose them like that. And the lady is like, well, you got to do what's best for you because those people probably shouldn't be in your life anyway if they hurt you. I mean, obviously, if you don't know the story of Drew Barrymore, 9 years old, she was a superstar at 4 years old. Her mother used her to walk into Studio 104. I mean,
Studio 54.
Studio 54.
And 104 too.
Because Studio 54, because think about it, you had to be like the ultimate celebrity to get into that club, and her mother was a fame chaser, and she's like, she would carry her daughter in there, Sam. She would carry Drew Barrymore into Studio 54 so she could get in and party with all these celebrities while Drew Barrymore sat there exhausted at 2 a.m. That's why she started drinking. She was an alcoholic at 12. She did cocaine at 12. She was doing all the drugs under everything. By 13, she'd done everything.
Yeah.
Her mom was drunk and drugged out and with all the rest of the celebrities. It's crazy.
Jade Barrymore.
And she was estranged for a long time from her mom, and then she found her way back to her mom in her own way. And then same thing with her dad. Her dad was an alcoholic. She had a lot of issues that weren't helping her as far as a line of what's that thing, you have that in your blood, it's like that's what you're around. I mean, you're already fighting the uphill battle as a child, and then you get thrown into that. It's pretty interesting. I mean, she's written about her life. Now she's got the show. Maybe she can talk about that stuff, Eric. She doesn't need a writer for that. She can talk from the heart.
Exactly. But I'm saying this is your chance. Everybody wants to be the next Oprah. Mm-hmm. She could go for it and try it.
I don't know if we can have a next Oprah because I don't think we consume TV the same way. Kelly Clarkson shows on all the time. But have you guys, do you guys watch it?
It's more like vignettes now. They're like small little segments that people consume. You can't really do long form like Oprah. Oprah's been off the air for over 10 years.
You can, but I don't know if people are watching it.
But if
the way we used to watch it.
If it's good, people will watch it. I watched that show that Ryan talked about, Hijack. It was 7 episodes.
Did you enjoy?
I liked it. I watched it. It was good.
But that's a drama, scripted drama.
I'm just saying, if it was crap, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
You put good content up. People are dying for good content out there. They want to. They want to hear podcasts. They want to read books. They want to see stuff. That's just a cop out to me. If it's bad crap, that's why you can only.
I think we're in an ADD world, though. Everybody wants to. Nobody really has patience for storytelling.
Show, every segment we do is 2 minutes long,
Yeah.
like every other morning show in the city and then across the country. We're lucky we don't have to.
We can go like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we just
did.
We just have
So we have to go to the bathroom.
I mean, if you put out good content or something that's interesting, people will go to it.
Well, let's see what happens with Drew. She's going to go back to. She's going to do her 4th season. No writers. She's going to just roll on her own. She knows that she'll probably get picketed, but this is what her choice is, she said. Let's see how it rolls out for her. Coming up next, we're going to go around the table. And I want to start with one thing because today is 9/11. And I like what Eric said in the beginning of the show. You got to own it and think of the positive stories that came out of that. You follow the kids of the people who died that day and see how they turned out and what they're doing now. There is something you can actually do right now, today, this morning, that doesn't take a lot of time. Kind of turn it around, honoring 9/11. I'll start with that, and we'll go around the table next on the Roula and Ryan Show. Just want to make a quick note here before we get deep into roundtable, because it is September 11th, and we, of course, have to think about what a horrific day that was in American history. In the years since the attacks, the thing about time is it's supposed to heal all wounds. It will never heal the wounds of how you felt that day if you were alive and engaged that day. And what I mean by that is you weren't 3 years old. You were 12 years old. You were 15 years old. You were pulled out of school. You were at work and you had to go home. You were on the highway and you didn't know what was happening, what's going on. Like you hear it on the radio. How can you kind of take this way back and not, like Eric said when we started the show, I said, I'm going to try not to go into the rabbit hole of all the tragedy and the chaos of that day. And it said there's a great article saying that, a great way to honor the people who lost their lives on that tragic day is to serve others. Go out of your way and look for ways to help people, even if it's just being nice, even if it's just helping out in your child's school today, even if it's going to a local food kitchen and helping them, or reading books to children in libraries. The possibilities are endless and they're only limited by your imagination. Even the smallest act of service is a way to honor those we lost on 9/11. I thought that was a great idea.
I like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be big gestures. It can be little things.
Right.
Every day of your life, you should do
instead
something
of waiting
that.
for people when they come to the elevator and you're just hitting that close button, pretending like you're.
Oh God!
Hold the door for them.
Let them in.
And be in the elevator with them.
Yeah, actually, talk to a human being and be nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
For a Monday.
How many of y'all sing? Like, do you sing in the car alone, or do you sing?
Yes,
I'm a
I sing every time I
professional
play Cruel
singer.
Summer. I'm singing over here.
Are you looking at
Sam,
us?
sing for us.
No, I'm just curious.
There's not one person on this show, Roula, I guess, can halfway
Yeah,
do it.
I
Roula
can't
can
sing at
definitely
all.
help
But
too.
compared to us.
What are you talking about? I sing all of our intros. Don't bat my styles.
But you put your
and abilities.
tricks and your toys on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Most of us don't walk around with an auto-tune attached to our throat. But they say singing aloud can improve your hearing. In a recent study, people who sang regularly each week improved their ability to hear conversations, even in noisy areas. And see, that's my biggest problem. Like, my hearing is so damaged that everything kind of sounds muddled to me especially I'm in a crowd. But they say that singing really helps. Canadian scientists, they say singing trains the brain to search for musical notes, which sharpens your ability to hear sounds. So I guess sing away in the car.
La 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 la.
No.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Sound like Muppets there. We all.
I know, right? You know what? Before Eric gets into his fantastic story, hold on. I forgot to tell you guys. At 6 o'clock, I said, let me find that sock company name of the kids of the man who lost his life in the Twin Towers. Mm-hmm. And they turned it into something. He was, it's his sons who are 6'11 and 6'9. Mike and Dan were often referred to as Twin Towers growing up.
Wow.
And because they are so tall, they always had trouble finding quality, stylish dress socks that fit comfortably. Mm-hmm. And they created tall order socks. Tall order socks. You can find them online, and they are usually at the Nutcracker Market. Fit to stand tall.
By the way, a lot of people are still
tall guys.
Laughing at Ryan saying breast during his commercial.
The breast prize. My God, I can't believe you brought that back up again.
People are texting. They caught us.
The breast prices.
Like, is anybody not going to mention that? He talked about Christ.
You guys listen every time I mess up.
And it wasn't
on
Dr.
mine.
Bedros. It wasn't a
No.
It wasn't about the
breast. It was about diamonds.
Maybe he was listening to mine.
Could you hear us in the background?
Oh, yeah.
There's us little
I said
girls.
that 2 seconds in, and I heard it for the remaining 58.
I always spit out my coffee.
The screw up happens early. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
game
God, I
over.
got to hear these
We've
guys
all
laughing.
done it, except for
yeah,
Eric.
for sure.
Yep, I haven't taken
He
no chances.
fixes his.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of uncomfortable, Ryan felt uncomfortable there. I saw this stat. I thought we should try this. 42% of men are uncomfortable putting sunscreen on another man's back.
Yeah, I've never done that in my life.
Not this man.
I was looking for sunscreen. So you have.
I got something.
Do you have something?
I got
Is that sunscreen?
something. Is it
What?
sunscreen?
Just lotion?
All right.
I'm going to prove.
Is it just lotion?
this
What's it
wrong.
called? What are you holding?
Put some cream on whose back are you going to do it?
I'll do it.
Yours, Ryan.
Yeah, let me put yours.
No, no, no,
Yes,
no, no. I don't want
definitely
oil
Ryan's
on my
back.
back. No.
Because it has
It's
to be.
not oil. It's just a nice aroma.
Plus, I don't want to smell.
I wouldn't-
Moisturizer.
Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend this for sun protection, but this is all
Here,
we
let me
got.
put. I'll put
This
let
is
me
a
put
straight
lotion.
guy thing.
I'm going to prove
That straight guys
But if I
are
put it on a
uncomfortable.
gay man, that's
That's
right.
what I was thinking, Kev.
I think you have to put it on Ryan.
I
Okay.
think
I don't want
yes,
that.
it's
I
got
don't
to be
want that
straight
smelly
on
stuff.
Let me
straight.
put it on your back.
I don't want that smelly
I'll
stuff
just
on
put a
me.
little-
Ryan's
Just a
already,
little bit.
Ryan's proving the point, guys.
I'm good, Eric.
Ryan
Just a
is
dab.
proving the point. He just can't.
Come here,
How about
take
we
your-
put it on your
handle
back?
another man
Ryan,
touching
will
him.
you put it on Eric's back?
Take your shirt off. Ryan.
Sure.
Ryan said
I
you
just
put it
don't
on
want
your
this
back.
stuff
Put it on
me
your back.
because it smells.
It smells delicious.
Your
What
wife's
is
gonna
this,
be like,
Em?
Eric, why do you
Bath
smell
and
like
Body
this?
Works.
You're going to come home and your wife's going to think you're having
Wait, which scent is it from Bath and Body Works?
The sweet pea.
Oh my
Nice.
god!
want that smell on all over
And
my
that
back.
one's
God.
really
Look, let me put it on your
aromatic.
chest.
Yeah, I'm not walking around
That's
with that on
awesome.
all
Are you
day.
doing it?
We got
Why you
meetings. I'm
wanna
not
put it
walking
on-
around wearing that all day.
It's nothing to
It's
put it
just
on me. I like it.
Feminine.
Yeah, but
smelling.
it's not about
You gonna put
it's
it
not
on
about
me?
the person
Oh,
getting it.
you're going for the stomach? Why are you going for the stomach,
It's
not
about
the back?
the man doing it, the straight man doing it to some other man's.
Yeah, Kev,
Back.
looking
Back.
good. Go
All right,
ahead.
Come over here, Kev.
Eric's got a handful
Eric
of sweet
has
pea lotion.
Some, lotion. Which is
Look at the
supposed to be
cringe on Kevin's
Oh my
face.
God.
Mom's
so
recording
funny.
this.
Yeah, it's going to go
You have to
viral.
look at him straight in his eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, make eye
You
contact.
have to look into his eyes while you do it.
So uncomfortable.
Oh, wow.
So uncomfortable.
Eric is Eric, are you proving the point? Are you
It's just on
uncomfortable?
his boobs.
He's rubbing he's doing circular motions around his nipples.
I've never felt another man's boobs before.
No, you can't.
Thank you.
Eric, the point of it says it's supposed to be on your back and it's man to man,
Yeah.
right? But you're
He
rubbing
went for
down
the
his
stomach.
pecs.
Yeah, I'm doing eye to eye. I'm showing that.
What?
Yeah.
He's really committed.
He's
in
confident in
Why
his...
do I have a chub?
Oh my!
Yeah, the question is, why do I have a chub?
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
You're getting too frisky for a Monday before 7.
And this last one,
Denise, what did you have for breakfast?
and this other stat I just want to share. Women are more uncomfortable than men when it comes to being naked in a changing room with other
True.
same sex.
Wait, women are
So
more.
true.
Women are uncomfortable.
Yes.
Didn't care like
Y'all
Yes.
walk around naked all the time,
Are
don't you?
uncomfortable or more comfortable?
Uncomfortable, Sam. Think about this. Think about this in the
no,
gym
I don't
locker
care.
room. You ever been in the gym locker room and some woman is like totally naked? Usually she's like in her 60s. I don't see 25-year-old girls walking around stark naked in the locker room, but I've definitely seen like a grandma. I'm like, oh my God, I can't look over there. Oh God, what's happening? I feel like women who are older, like, I don't give a blank and blank anymore. I don't
Yeah,
care. This
they
is me.
don't. Mm-mm.
But 25-year-old girls will be like, I'm going in the changing area where that has coverage.
I thought
right?
women,
But
compared to men, because men, I don't
walk around naked in front of dudes ever.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you think about girls too, we have the top and we have the bottom. Guys can at least put like a towel around the bottom and they're fine.
Well, our
Like,
bottom
we
is
have
more.
to, like,
now listen though, before
What?
your time, Sam.
yeah, what?
What?
You
What?
can see all of
it's
More to
ours.
there's more to
How
cover.
is it more
I
intimate?
Yes.
feel like the girls' bottoms compared to men's bottoms are no big
Yeah.
deal.
Men's is just like out there.
Yeah.
Women are a little more tucked in.
Like men could be more.
That's a good way to put it, Amon. Tucked in.
Listen, before your time, we did send.
Roula and Ryan show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Real quick, Ryan, before Sam and Kevin's time, remember we said there was we had intern Super Dave go into a gym locker room
yeah?
and start trying to make conversation with naked guys
No.
as a naked man,
Oh, yeah.
and they engaged. They engaged.
He put his foot right
in
up on
random
that-
conversations.
He put his
naked.
foot up on the bench,
Oh, wow.
naked, to start
Why
talking.
can't I go out and do stuff like that?
Okay, go do it to Kroger over here. And try
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Come on.
Get arrested.
You're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, either that or could be a hate crime involved.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Kyle Tucker hit a pair of RBI triples in the 8th inning, and Jose Altuve homered and drove in 3 runs, and the Astros beat the Padres 12-2.
And here's how I know Ryan did not watch that game, because here's how you should really announce it. Holy crap, did anybody see the bottom of the 6th yesterday during the Astros game?
Tucker?
8 runs. 8 runs
Yeah.
in the bottom of the 6th. 8 runs.
Is what they're saying.
2 triples. in
Unbelievable.
One inning, he had 2
Two
triples.
triples in 1 inning from Kyle Tucker. That's how fast they went through the batting order. He went twice, and he tripled twice.
Incredible.
8
I felt like I was
runs with
watching
0
my-
outs.
My daughter, when she was like 8, playing softball, you know, when the team just keeps going around and hitting.
You're like, yeah, go team, go.
Damn, with this in, that's why you got to put those. You got to. They have that 4 or 5 runs. If you
Oh
score
yeah,
that
they have
many
5 run max.
Yeah.
After 5 runs, you got to let the other team go. Nope, we were 8 runs with 0 outs. I couldn't believe. I just kept hitting my husband on the arm. Babe, no outs, babe.
Is this
Babe,
happening? Is this happening?
8 runs and still no outs, babe.
They outscored the Texans. What the hell?
Yeah, the Texans lost 25-9 against the Ravens. Let's talk about the UT. Texas' biggest regular season win in a long time has vaulted the Longhorns into the top
4, right?
5. Huh?
They fourth.
Yeah, listen to
ranked
this.
4th?
Texas jumped 7 spots to number 4 in the AP poll Sunday after beating Alabama 34-24 in Tuscaloosa.
Alabama. Alabama's house too.
Yeah.
And there's this video of them being racist too.
Oh, no.
Like, to the players.
Alabama being racist? Or?
Yeah, yelling at the Texas players, calling them the gay slur. It starts with an F.
No.
Oh, God.
Not cool.
I'm not surprised.
Well, it's Alabama.
Still.
Yeah.
Right?
No
It's
shade.
Alabama. What do you
I
expect?
should be surprised if they weren't doing that.
We Ahmad and I always fill up our gas tanks completely so we can go straight through there onto Florida.
Exactly.
You're like,
is
we
not
are
much
not
better,
stopping
but still.
here.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not going to that Buc-ee's then, I guess.
You guys know this. HISD, like most of the districts out there, has banned cell phones in classrooms, obviously, and instructed teachers to confiscate them from, the rule breakers. But this year, the cell phone policy states that students must keep their phones in their backpack throughout the entire day, as opposed to simply having them out of sight during the hallway time. So now they have to keep it there. The new policy is cell phone must stay in the backpack the entire
I like
school
if the
day.
kids have those because what they need them.
Yeah, what if there's
especially in school shooting world.
school shooting? Yeah, exactly.
Problem is, these kids will use it to cheat and talk
Are
to
you
their
not allowed
friends.
to carry backpacks around school anymore?
No, you can carry a backpack. You
Yeah,
just
but it
can't.
has to be
You
in
cannot take your cell phone out of the backpack, is what
Yeah.
the
What's-
HISD
So you can
policy
still have it
is.
with you though, or you gotta leave it in a locker. You can take it with you.
No, you
Your
have it with
backpack,
you.
yeah.
Like half the kids don't even go to the
So
lockers.
then you would still have your
Yeah, my
phone
daughter
with you,
didn't have a locker.
technically.
But I mean, the phone
matter.
is
It's with you then.
a huge distraction for any of us doing anything. So I could only imagine that the teachers just don't
Wait,
even
hold
want
on.
to
What are you saying, Kev? I was reading a text.
See?
Proving the point, Sam. Proving the point.
That's what's going down in age time.
Yeah, I smelled it. Lotion now. It's all my fingers. I got
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
moved that all over my
sweet
back.
tea from Bath and
I
Body
can smell it
Works.
from here.
That smell is not. I'm not a
No,
fan.
I wasn't walking around
It's
like
really
that.
strong. I know. I'm
it.
like, this one's a little too strong for me.
strong.
Yeah, speaking of high
Sweet
school,
pea's very strong.
that was like the high school lotion scent, like everything.
It's that in like love
Yeah.
spell.
Yes,
Love
and
spell.
spell.
All right, coming up next, somebody has a panic button situation. This is where you could give us a listener line call, 713-278-VENT. And you're freaking out, you need some help.
It goes kind of with what we were talking about being naked. There's a little situation where he's not happy because his wife is flashing her body parts in front of their group friends.
Uh-oh.
She's just thinks it's no big deal.
Put those tatas away, Linda.
And he's not happy about it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's get into this next on the Roula and Ryan Show.